Hello there, and welcome to Build Breakdown. My name's Priskis, and for today's build, we're going back to our roots. You see, right out here, this is our spawn chunks. Right here used to be an entire mountain. I cleared it all out for a build idea I had that I ended up not doing, but I think I can use this for today's build. See, I need to build a new nether portal because this is our current one. It's insanely small and it's still got, oh my gosh, it's still got dirt corners. But compared to everything else that we have here, like we've got this big old sheep farm, we got a giant duck over there, and a giant mushroom right above it. That tiny portal's not going to cut it anymore. So I want something big and grand right in here. So let me break down my idea real quick. What I'm thinking is having this forest here, just a whole bunch of trees with a path going through it that leads to the portal at the end. I just want like some big oak trees to just shade and frame the portal and also set this sort of mood of a semi-mystical forest. Or I guess a grove. It's not really a forest if it's only a handful of trees. But I want it to be sort of realistic-ish, but I still want just a thin layer of fantasy over the whole thing. Just to sort of emphasize the idea of you're just walking down this forest path and ending up in a whole nother dimension. Naturally, because you step through the portal at the end of the path, but still, the idea is there. This is going to take a lot of terraforming and landscaping to do, so let's go gather materials and get to work. Guys, check out the progress we have. Oh, I'm very happy with how well this is coming out so far. I kind of wish that the trees covered a little bit more of this space, but at the same time, I'm actually pretty happy with how open this is. I was originally wanting this to like be really covered up and everything, but I'm also kind of liking this new vibe it's giving of just this open valley with a few trees spread around here. Not like a dense canopy, it's just like this nice little valley forest, or I guess grove. But I want to talk about a few things here real quick. So, the landscape. This was something that I was really happy to do. I think it's turning out pretty well so far. But this embankment here, I really wanted this path just cutting through the landscape here and having like embankments of dirt and roots and stuff coming up. You know, like those old country roads like this? I wanted just the sense of having a path worn through the ground over time and just like the human touch carving away through the landscape, but not like diminishing it too badly. just having a little bit of an impact on it. It really helped that I had all these like grass and dirt slabs and such from the Let's Do Vinery mod. It really gives a nice slope to the overall landscape as well. Some of these are still growing grass, but it's coming along. But it just gives this gentler slope to the terrain and really helps with this overall vibe of less enchanted forest. I'd say more like a low grove that's lightly been touched by fairies. I think that's the new vibe that I'm going for here. We even have over here, just to add to the little touched by fairies vibe, a sort of tuck everlasting pool going on. I want to work on that a little bit more, but I need to spruce up the overall landscape still because as it is, it's a bit bare. But that comes later. First, let's talk about the portal. I'm not quite sure the direction I want to take with this just yet, but I do know that I want to add like some more mass to this. I don't want just a floating portal here in the middle. I want something that insinuates that this is an actual structure here. Like it's being held up by something, it's a part of something. It's not just a random portal, but that it actually belongs in the space. So I'm gonna go work on that next, and I will catch you on the flip side. And it's all done. Oh, look at this. I added like glow berries and glow lichen and such to the trees just to make them feel a little bit more magical. But that glow that it gives off at night, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This turned out so much better than I was expecting. Let's make a day real quick. So looking at this, I just want to explain why I did a few things here and there. I wanted to be really sparing with like the grass and the flowers and such, because since most of this terrain is made up of slabs, you can't put grass on the slabs. And I didn't want to like emphasize the fact that it's slab versus block all over the terrain. So that's why the grass and the flowers are a little lacking as far as quantity. But this portal, oh, look at that. It turned out so much prettier than I was expecting. I really wanted to have like a freestanding portal, but I also wanted this cliff face to play into the overall builds. And the concepts were contracting a little bit too much, so I decided to just merge them by having part of this cliff face just protruding from the cliff and then sinking the portal into it. And I think it turned out pretty well. I then blended it in by making a gradient from obsidian all the way to stone. We have obsidian, coal, blackstone, smooth basalt, tuff, cobble, dead horn coral, and andesites and gravel all around this. I really like how the unlit portal looks like a gaping black hole, especially from quite a distance. Like, that just looks so ominous. Alright, let's see what it looks like when it's lit up. Oh yeah, there we go. I like that. I was worried the portal part would be too big, but I think the whole jagged edges of it all really helps break it up. And I definitely didn't want to have like a square portal, so I inset it pretty deep into the cliff face. So looking back at our concept art and comparing it to the final product, I'd say this turned out even better than I was expecting. So I'm calling this build done. This is fantastic. She's done. It's all complete. We can go tear down this small portal now. Before I let you go, though, I want to cover a quick little housekeeping thing. So lately I've been doing a build every 2 weeks or so. And if you haven't noticed, this one's rather late comparatively. But I've decided that I want to go back to doing builds every like 3 to 4 weeks. Like I used to, almost exactly a year ago. Wow, yeah, this world is almost a year old. But as it is, trying to do a build every 2 weeks has severely limited what I've created. Like that blaze spawn thinger over there, that took what, 2 weeks, I think? Whereas this big mushroom here took about 6 weeks to do. I want to go back to building really big, fantastic things like I did with this. This build I am insanely proud of, versus the bee bakery over there. Somewhat proud of that. Not as proud as this one. So I want to go back to making my big builds and such, which means they're going to take longer to do. I know that everyone says, oh, you gotta be consistent with your uploads and everything. I'm just going to be consistent with my build quality. I'd prefer that over upload schedule, you know? So go ahead and start expecting more time in between videos, but at the same time, you can expect some higher quality stuff to come. So that's gonna do it for us. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time, and thanks for watching.